Up on the Edwards. They'll ride each other into the paint. Count it. Foul. Gobert cleans it up. Dallas a foul again. Green. His defense, long reach. Conley's on Doncic, double. Once again, climbs the ladder. What a start for rookie Derek Lively. On one side, the bounce pass from Wade, and throws down a sledgehammer.
This is where the name comes in. Luka Doncic is one of the best EuroLeague players in the world of the international games and the FIBA World Cup game, every game in between. Since back playing in Real Madrid, he has definitely made his all-time career the best player that he has ever been achieving, with the new lights of a goal, receiving awards from the playoffs, and it was the best of his moment that he's been turning. All in all, for once. The better way for now of Luka Doncic, he's playing against Rudy Gobert from France. Slovenian player, definitely played it in the Olympics, and this is what definitely happened. All in all, after a half-court shot, he wanted to change things up. Definitely deep threes, better passes, he's going to do it all as he can. And what do you know? He's definitely the best EuroLeague player, playing in every career of the season before 2019 trade line with the team. Since 2020 of the Mavericks and the Lakers, it was nowhere option because he had a hard contest to go right over from LeBron James. But his next goal is going to be a struggle right in the zone. I know he's doing well, but let's keep the fact in there. It's a tight one, but you've got to play it for one of your best. Even if it happens with any other player that can definitely score the bucket and can't get it in, or it could be a hard defensive effort. That's a better one to have the visiting team to score more over the home team. That's going to be like, what in the world? The fight is on in between the Wolves and Mavs.
Coming out is his passing ability.
Minnesota team, that's the second lowest. Nice pass from big to big from Karl Anthony Towns.
Issues, some tightness there, and a foul one they say throughout these playoffs. A fake by Doncic, a twirl, he'll set, he'll lean, he'll fall, he'll foul. Lively cleans it up. Into McDaniels, stutter stepping, stammering Lively. Doncic with McDaniels there. Shot clock at 7. Luka will make a move, lets it rip. Doncic puts it in, 4-point Dallas lead.
But there can be only one way that can definitely help them all. Even if Mike Conley has been playing it with his team, it's definitely against Luka Doncic. The better superstar factor players has definitely putting a lot of range in. And you don't have to say, how could Luka Magic do the thing? It's just how it happens. But the Wolves may have an answer in there. They haven't been making it to the finals for the first time because they didn't really make it that far. And it was the end of it in the second round. But this time, it must be a win to move on or get eliminated. It's a tough one. No one stands out for Luka Magic moment.
Just our energy. I think we shared the ball really well. We were knocking down shots. We were open shots, so just our sharing the ball and our energy was great.
Disappointed for sure. I think it's simple. Got to the Western Conference Finals, couldn't get the job done. It hurts, This team's worked tremendously hard, not only improving ourselves as players, but as a team, collectively, just playing together, trusting the process through the ebbs and flows of the seasons and all the adversity. We found a way to always stick together and move forward together. So disappointed for us. We worked hard, obviously didn't get the result we wanted.
Down. Doncic will drive and take advantage and feed, and Gafford is there to flush.
2 ball games from 3.
Doncic with a 3, sticks it. Wow.
7-0 personal run here.
I don't decide what I'm going to look before the play. I just see what defense gives me. I didn't expect that we're going to switch. We're just going to play that pick and roll. I told you live coming. We'll just figure out from there. Like I always say, stay together, positive energy. At some point, we're down 18 on the road, which is insane to come back. So we believe till the end of the buzzer.
But here's another thing that I was calling for. Mike Conley, he has some live words to take over it, and about the Mavericks.
we really had a great opportunity in front of us. Had a lot of leads throughout the games this series, and when you give teams opportunities to stick around and make it a possession game, they have two of the best in the game at closing games. So that kind of bit us when it came down to it.
I think we talk about that last 3-4 minutes where we play with energy. You know, we said we need to play like that. We're getting stops, especially boxing out, and then our pace got to be high. So those 3-4 minutes we took as example.
Mike and some of the other guys were saying, you know, series maybe wasn't lost entirely tonight, but those first two games.
No, for sure.
Yeah,
that hurt. That 18-point lead in the second game hurt. I think that's the turning point. Easy. Nothing's easy when in the playoffs, let alone NBA basketball. I mean, I said it early in the playoffs. You know, we've always done it the Minnesota way, the toughest way possible, and I don't think mentally we were out or checked out or anything like that. You know, we've been used to having adversity. We always find ourselves putting ourselves in a bad position and finding a way to get out of it. So just it didn't work out. You know, played with fire maybe a little too many times, and played a great team who played amazing and then hit shots when they had to hit shots. So I'm not going to come out here at all and say, you know, it was just all us against ourselves that cost us. You know, they had to make shots and play well, and they did that. That team is well coached. They got great players. You know, gotta give credit where credit's due.
It just happened right in between of a two alley, but you would never thought that Luka Doncic has done all of his better to finish Game 2. But this is whatever happens, because he is ready to fight and see if he can challenge his way up to the next spot.
And it's only a 1-point lead here, but that's just Rudy Gobert in an impossible situation. I don't totally understand. I know they wanted to switch back with McDaniel, but Lively did a great job getting out of there.
But Coach, look at this. He had him on skates from the beginning.
No,
My goodness.
I agree.
Dancing with the stars, whatever you want to call it.
Great, but like I said, you know, first to four, nothing is won. We gotta just think about next game, not in the future, not in the present. This game, so we just gotta think about next game. That's it.
This is what's gonna happen with the intense matchup, as this one is in between of Timberwolves and the Mavericks. You're about to see what's going on for the Western Conference Finals from in between of Rudy Gobert and Luka Doncic. The ones that they played here in the international games, it's all for anything. This was all I had to go with, and it's never going to be a last-longing game, but you are about to be finding out who can get to the finals on the other hand. It's time to see what they can do. Woods to land. You ready or not? Let's find out who takes it here.
Couple series, Doncic will wheel and draw the double, and Gafford is free.
Well, those five.
Kyrie's 8 of 11. Doncic 6 of 12. Anderson kicks. Wide open. Towns 3.
And that's an unselfish play there by Colin.
Blocked right there by Anthony Edwards. Inside it goes. Curry. The lob. The deuce. And the Timberwolves score and lead by 2. Here goes the drive and the fadeaway over the reach of Gobert. For the Mavs, here is Doncic fighting right again. Boy, that has worked almost every pass down low.
Mavs, Wolves, next on 2K Sports. What's going on, guys? It's Meatphone here, and I am here with my next commentator of the crew with me, and this time, it's somebody else. It's Paintbrush. I am here for a pregame show, and we're ready to see the next matchup of this game. This is Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. It's in between Luka Doncic and Karl-Anthony Towns of the Mavericks against the Wolves. The Mavericks have already started things up here, 1-0 lead, But there's a good chance that the Minnesota Timberwolves can actually tie this game. But we're about to find out what's going to happen. The next commentary I have is Son of Beast, and he's also along with Fan, and the third commentary of the crew is Gangsta Beast. And for the center court, I have it in between a range of the alley. Right in between the two of David Aldridge or Ali LaForce. Now, let's get you down to Target Center and get started for this game. We'll be back soon for the post-game show. Enjoy it. Let's do it. "2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the Conference Finals. It's the big matchup in the Western Conference Finals. I'm Son of Beast, and I am here with my broadcasting partner with Fan and Gangsta Beast, David Aldridge, on the sideline for tonight's game. This is Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals, so we are ready to kick things up at Target Center. Starting booths in between of Anthony Edwards and Kyrie Irving. Jaden McDaniels against Derek Jones Jr. Washington, he is against Karl Anthony Towns, also known as the Cat. Gafford is with Rudy Gobert. And your point guard position key matchup in between Mike Conley and Luka Doncic. Game 2, we're ready to start. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Ball tipped up and we are ready to go. Starting things along the board, we have is Luka Doncic. Right toward the back, he finds it over to Irving. Irving gives it over, now finding again to Washington. Washington swings again to Doncic. Doncic right over to get to Washington. Gives it over. Doncic for a deep three. The first three-pointer misses in Game 2. And Anthony Edwards will drive it in on Kyrie Irving. Looks to Gobert, again to Mike Conley. Conley surveying the floor, finds Cat with the shot, makes it in. That'll be the first bucket for Karl Anthony Towns. Play it in there, that's what you all had to do on. Mike Conley got a great pass out there. I mean, talking to the interview for once, and now he's got a great one to take. Washington finds again to Jones Jr. Gives a bounce pass to Gafford. Looks it over. Doncic for the three. This one will sink in for the start of Game 2. As this one, he has his first three-pointer of the night. Here's Conley, passes to Edwards. Edwards trying to give over again to Rudy Gobert. And Conley for the three. Triple range, no good, as Jones Jr. with the rebound. Taking in some time, what happens to Luka Doncic, this is what he does do, because he doesn't take a lot of the most effort takeovers. They don't really have a lot of them to have a bigger moment to have it in there. They really are trying to step things over, but that's just what they are doing for the Mavericks to keep things up. There's a lot of hard-work courses out there, and some better picks. This seems to be on the right look of a chain. Well, open is one way. Let's see what they can do if they can get that. Doncic makes the drive after assisted pass as that one goes to Gafford. Hey, better play it that way because Kyrie Irving and Derek Jones Jr. had a lot of it in the triple range bound. I gotta see what they can do. Mike Conley finishing the drive. He passed 2-minute mark in the first. Here's Doncic. Doncic right over again to Irving. Irving trying to give over again to Jones Jr. Jones Jr. gives it over to Washington. And here's the tape for Doncic. Offensive foul. That's not the blocking foul. That one causes for Mike Conley with the first personal foul. Hey, you can't make that block easy, because if that happens, that's what the blocking is. This is not going to turn out well. They don't really take it over. You're not going to play it like at the very defense. Jones Jr. from the outside of the wing. He now has it to Irving. Irving with the finishing drive. Up and in. Misses. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Back to Conley. Conley, the finishing over with a two. That misses the target. Gafford with the rebound. Give again to Luka Doncic. 5:15 left to go in the first quarter. As he give over to Washington for a two. Nice slip back in as Irving with the assist. Got to start that well. I mean, you know what happens to Gafford. That's when he was making the bucket here. Because P.J. Washington was trying to have a regretment to get right over into it. I was really sure enough he could have that one at a better pace. On the drive, and he's fouled. That goes to Derek Jones Jr. with his first personal foul on Dallas Mavericks. We're passing a 5-minute mark in the quarter as McDaniels at the free throw line for the first free throw trip for the Timberwolves. They don't play it like that because Derek Jones Jr. doesn't really have it all. It doesn't point things in there you can't usually do. You can't foul anybody. First shot for McDaniels goes in. And you've always been talking about his definitely an interview that he's been playing out there. A lot of hard in response to that point. When playing in for his professional teams, he has a lot of them to keep it in there. Played for Washington Huskies, and Federal Way High School was in Washington of the state, where he was named for McDonald's All-American and of course the Gatorade Player of the Year. You always can expect for Jaden McDaniels. He's really like all in perfectionary. I just really say that this one plays it for a great ones to take. For Jaden McDaniels, it's a very hard one to do for your job. But independently, had to be played in for a right moment. Here's a 3 for Jones Jr. And that one sinks it in, not being outside. Now extended up by 7. Look at the way how hustle it is. Derek Jones Jr. just made that firing in there. And he joins in a triple with the Luka. Towns trying to swing it over again to McDaniels, again to Thomas. And here's another one that happened on May 30th, the loss against Dallas in Game 5. Just happens now, but they don't really play it more often, because that one really takes it over, and they need to get that one out of the way. There's no other words because at this point, special, okay? I just don't really say that the special team for Dallas Mavericks, he may have it lucky. Doncic missed another 3. Here's a pass. Conley trying to look over into it. Spinning move on the drive. Makes it in. Another bucket in for the Wolves. They're down by 2. Oh boy, I don't know what's going to keep on happening now, but they're going to do something else. Over again at Kyrie Irving for the triple. Sticking the triple is no good. Carl Anthony Towns with the rebound back to Conley. He's on Doncic now. And with a look here in the last game, this was not an easy option. 124-103 was the final score in Game 5. Because that happened with no other words. Yeah, this is never going to happen now. I mean, they've got to keep on going at it. What a shot for Anthony Edwards. Make the 3, and they're up in a lead. First timeout called by Dallas Mavericks with 3:18 to go. You know, they don't say it, but Jaden McDaniels is really like a popular now. I mean, playing it for all of his professional game. And on this point, has a younger brother, Jalen McDaniels. I don't know what he could definitely do, but I think it's brother now, because at that point, he played for all that happens. San Diego State, and then he was selected in the Charlotte Hornets. Now he's playing, his brother is playing there. I'm hoping to say that Jaden McDaniels may be able to have it all, but hopefully to keep the message here for her younger brother. Hopefully he might have it all if he can get it. Well, answer because at that point and after that happened, it was the Hornets, and then it wasn't playing a career because now he's been swapped over to Toronto Raptors. That was happened here for the last game, if you ever called it before. But as you may already noticing, but that one was his college professional of the game. It happened to be alright, but as all of his personal life, he is trying to find a state of the 6th best prospect in the nation. This doesn't happen with the network. And this one was not even what they were expecting, the violation out of it since 2019. Well, in spectating for Jaden McDaniels, this is what they really need to keep on it going, but that needs to make a change. Both 5 players are checked out as Anderson, as right now he's on the court. Anthony Edwards moved over to small forward. Here's Exum, he will give it again to Kleba. Kleba gives it over. And here's Lively, shoots over Reed. The step around, the rookie corner makes it in. Lively's got his first bucket of the night in Game 2. Well, playing it for Derek Lively, he's definitely really well. Playing it how hard he can? I mean, I can definitely play it like you, Derek. The drive, it's denied by Lively. And here's Doncic. The finishing on the drive, and he's fouled. That will be the first foul called on Minnesota. Anthony Edwards with his first. Oh man, I was not even expect what's going to happen, but that changed it over. First free throw coming up for the Dallas Mavericks with 2:35 to go in the first. As right now, Luka Doncic trying to add another scoring drive to get right into it. Players on the bad player, they don't need to worry about that now because he only has 8, but don't take some time with the 3-pointers.
Take a break, take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw sets in for Luka Doncic. You know, I always say LD because he's really like playing it all for his Olympic of his career. Ever happens though, when playing it for him back in the European country, he was really entertained, and he was definitely really well at he has played for. In the EuroLeague on his best effort. Yes, definitely have to go with Luka Doncic for sure. I mean, you have to believe on him. When he plays it real at his early life range, he has to be really like a special takeover. I was really hoping that Doncic is really like putting into all the effort he's done. This might be his best chance, but don't take it away from it if you have it all. After a bucket by Timberwolves, here's Doncic. He now decided to give off to Kleba. Off to Exa. And a deep 3 and a win for Doncic. Takes it in for the triple range outside. This one is up by 4. Look how playing Luka Doncic does. I mean, he's been playing this so long. I mean, how can you play like that? That's my question I would ask him of what his competition would be. And there's Reed, able to slam it down. That is the first dunk for the Wolves as Naz Reed with his first bucket. Oh wow, you can hear the crowd's crowding. What a take. Doncic tries to get an Exxon. Looks at it again, Hardaway Jr. Hardaway Jr. trying to give off to Doncic. Want to change it up a little bit. The bounce pass finds again Hardaway Jr. Takes it over to Doncic. Give and go. Great feed off for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Doncic with 15 points. Here's Anthony Edwards, only scored for a 3-pointer. The screen for Alexander Walker. Open look. Digging the triple, no good. We're under a minute left in the first quarter as he finds Exum. Exum slides it over to Lively. Lively. Up and pass to Doncic. Gives again to Kleba. His turn for 3? Yes, he does. After Doncic with the assist. Kleba's got his first 3-pointer of the night. Able to take that one in there. I mean, there was no answer to Nasty Kleba. He's really like keeping it in there. Walker tries another 3. Takes it in. Back the arrow waiver down by 4. Just got to keep that in there. In your luck and mind, Alexander Walker got to give that home. Maxime Kleba gives it over to Doncic. Doncic shooting over Morris. Nice drive. He is on fire for the start of the first quarter. 17 points. I don't know what to tell you now for Luka Doncic. I mean, he's like stepping in there already. You gotta believe in what he was doing. Monte Morris on him. And now here's Edwards. 10 seconds to shoot. Here's the cut. And the finishing rule will pick up in. Last one for Doncic. Doncic will try to swing it over. And a takeoff for a step back. And he missed the 3 at the buzz beater at the end of the first quarter. It's a 27-23 game. Wolves trail by 4. Well, saw how it's happening. Let's see what they can do. Be back for the second quarter after these messages. And if you're just tuning in for the second quarter, we're ready to start you back at Target Center. It's a 27-23 score. Have a little bit of a comparison for those two. What do you think? Well, I was really hoping that they would play really well. I mean, that would get a little bit of communication out there. And also the Wolves, they're trying to like spread them out already, but I am just hoping that there is another choice. Well, if we can't say no, you can play it like that. We're off to start the second quarter as the lineup moves in between the Mavericks. As right now we have a look for Dallas. Hardy is with Kyrie Irving. And C.Y. Powell with Josh Green and P.J. Washington in a point forward position. For the Wolves, we have across the other side of it Alexander Walker with Jaden McDaniels. Then it's across Mike Conley, Karl Anthony Towns, and Rudy Gobert in center. Here's Green. Ball loose. Takes it away. Looking for a cut for the three. Triple range, no good. Up at the shot. And it's another rebound as D.Y. Powell will have his first rebound in game 2. Irving stepping for 2. Fires it in and makes that shot. It's up by 4. And the Wolves will need to have another answer here. You don't say Kyrie Irving, that's Uncle Drew style. Don't take it over. We'll put it around the force as we talked about it before. Really ranging it in there. But there was no other questions of how that happened because this was their hard game that they really need to pick it up. You know, ever happens now, I mean, I don't say that it was what they were just trying to let him do. Because of that one, Jason Kidd, the head coach for the Dallas Mavericks, they really need to try to find another solution to get right toward the bottom of the line. It's not always easy when you get right into it. And the offensive fouls called on the Wolves. That's Alexander Walker with his first personal. And it turns over to the Mavericks ball. Uh-oh, that's not good. It's just going to definitely change things over. McLaughlin's checked in for the Wolves. And here's Irving finding again to Hardy. Jalen Hardy now finding P.J. Washington. The pass over, finding Hardy inside his zone, makes it in. That will be a second bucket for Jalen Hardy. After 2 points, he now has 4. Just gotta say, Jalen Hardy is a little bit of a special to take in at bench points. Karl Anthony Towns up and away, makes a bucket. That's another 2-pointer for the Wolves. And Hardy will now have it again on Washington with 6 minutes to go. The pass over to Powell. Powell tried to give over again to Irving, and now Hardy with the move. Taking over with a step drive, able to have it in. Hardy has 6 points in this game on the bench point set. Just can't let that happen for Jaylen Brown. For Jalen Hardy, he's really like all to everything. Timeout call by Minnesota. They'll have to talk it over with 5:45 to go in the first half of the game. As we're talking about it over here, for Luka Doncic, his early life has to be one of our takeovers because that happens with all they were expecting him because the plane of his moment was his early life on the setup. Because of his moment, because he was happened to be Lavender to Marham Pardovan, and an owner of the beauty salons, and Sasa Doncic, a basketball coach and former player. His mother also had to be one of their family as it was the first touch at basketball when he was 7 months old and frequently played with a miniature hoop in his room. And because of what happens now, he played various sports in his childhood, including football, which he later quit after growing too tall. And then at the age of 7, he began playing organized basketball at the primary school in La Bayana. I always say that Luka Doncic is really well. Just gotta play it all for a right need. I mean, you gotta play it for well, and get that right in there. I'm pretty sure in that early life range, he's really happy with that. And his opponent at the time were up to 10 years old, and he was reflected as, I was always training and playing with older kids who had much more experience than me. Many of them were bigger and faster than me too, so I had to beat them with my brain. Here's another here for the Wolves as they take over with the league leaders points over. They're in 3rd place. Mavericks in 5th place. Just don't have to say no when you have to do it for your moment. You gotta make it right, do it the right way, make it fun, and they are really letting it happen. I always say because I look at Doncic, he's been playing it already. All the life points to me, sometimes if it gets too much, I mean, just don't get over it. Because they are trying to beat him over it. If you're playing every early life range, I mean, that's what a lot of children do. I mean, they really love to play and have fun. Right, competition wasn't really helpful. They really need to have another way. Hardy for 3. Oh, what do you know? That's a 3-pointer for the Mavericks. This time he has 9. Oh, just no way how that happened. Jalen Hardy, can you just get another bucket made? Off to Towns for 2. That's another miss as Rudy Gobert. Big Thanos for 3. Triple range, another rebound. Gobert lost a hand, and it goes right back to PJ Washington. He finds Irving. Irving makes his way down to Washington with a drive, makes it in. That is what he's playing for. Washington on his run. 4 points for the second bucket. Timberwolves trail by 13. McLaughlin, McDaniels for 3. And there's the triple arc. That one takes the other way. They're back down by 10. Oh, look at this fan now. I mean, they don't have to play what they were expecting to do, but this needs to get right into it. You don't want to play? Don't get in there. Green, the pass to Hardy. Hardy trying to give over to Irving. Here's the cut, finding Washington for 2. And that's missed again. Towns with another rebound. And it's Conley on the fast break. Here's McDaniels for 3. In the corner, no good. Irving with his first rebound has to give it over to Powell. He finds Washington. Gives it over down to Irving. Shoots over Cat. That's a sink-in double for Irving. He has 4 points in this game. Just about 3-3 left to go. And here's McLaughlin. The screen by Cat. Able to take it. And there's the number 2. Timeout call by Dallas Mavericks with 3:29 to go in the first half. Just don't have to worry about this. I mean, that cut just made it easy for Jordan McLaughlin to get over it. We're nearing down the end of the first half, so coming up will be the halftime show as he has Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaq O'Neal, as this will be a great appearances to have a look between Dallas and Minnesota. But this moment has to be what they're expecting. Probability matchup for the Timberwolves and the Dallas Mavericks. And what could go wrong if they can get this extension to try to keep on to tie this series? Well, it might be one thing. I just know that we really have to be playing it like it's me. I don't know if it is, but it's just happening what they need to get there. All we need to do now for is how you can definitely on that, go right into it, and it needs to have another way to get right to it. It's just not really easy when you do it a lot of times. Like that is a lot of the hard work and dedication. New changes for the Timberwolves and for the Mavericks. As Lively the second is checked in. Doncic back on the court for Hardy. And Green checked out. As right at the moment is Hardaway Jr. and Gafford checking in. Now that the Wolves are making new changes, Mike Conley and Gobert are checked out. Reed and Edwards are checked in. Give over to Lively. Oh, the fans almost had a disappointment out there. Doncic on the drive and he's fouled. That is another foul for the Wolves, and this is going to be another team foul for Minnesota. But look for Kyrie Irving for this season.
Taking 2 shots.
It's the first free throw. And the new group substitution for the Timberwolves is now Monte Morris is checked back in for Jordan McLaughlin. Towns is out on the bench as Anderson's checked in. As we have a look at the moment here, I always say he's been like attending so much of it. But all that happens now, I mean, what his personal life is because it happened in 2020 after his Towns' mother had died from the complication of COVID-19. And he started with his own 6 of his family, and after the members have died after contracting the COVID-19. But this moment, he has to make another way to get right through. It's just a hard, everybody misses, and they really are expecting that. They always missed him out. They don't have any other choice to go with, and Towns is like already been working out like that. I know it's not really like a better day for him, but as you already know, it's just how it happens. Doncic, deep three-pointer, no good. 2:45 left to go in the first half of the game. Monte Morris tries to give over to Reed. Reed the pass to Anderson for 3. Making a rebound. McDaniels up and another miss by Minnesota. Just don't get that one in there. I mean, they're really trying to like stop and show and slow things down a bit. I don't know what's going to keep on happening, but that didn't really change it. Irving, burning away, finds a pass again to Lively. Up for the 2, and a 2-pointer doesn't hit it off that point. Reed back to Edwards. And off to McDaniels. Nice cutting. As Edwards with the assist. 34-43. 2 minutes to go. So Hardaway Jr. now trying to give over to Lively. Lively from the back. And a drive makes it in for the layup. One-hand scoop has his second bucket. And Doncic with the assist. Oh man, that's what you can definitely play for. I was really noticing that Doncic's making the greatest of the percentage out there. It's just not always easy, but that, what happens? They need to play it for. Finishing Reed, no good. They're to 3. Dropping another rebound. And he takes it home with his own rebound. It's a 45-36 game. So I think Reed may have to look for some good backup plan. He passes over to Lively. The step back to Doncic. Doncic looking over. Lively starting for the 3. Triple range, no good. Just down to a minute left in that first half. And Monte Morris trying to swing it over a bit. Pass to McDaniels for 3. Almost made it in, but that's rolled it out. Oh, that was too close. I just don't know what's going to happen now. I mean, I thought that would be an easier way to get through it. It didn't really work it out well. The pass over finding Hardaway Jr. Jr. finding Gafford with a shot, and he will bank it in. That will be another bucket for the Mavericks as Gafford with the first bucket. Just 30 seconds left in the first half. As Monte Morris is on Doncic. No screen given. Reed. Up for 2. Makes it in. That's a bucket number made for the Wolves. Reed's got 4 points. Just happens now. Knows Reed. Gotta make it that one count. Doncic trying to roll it out. Helping the screen in for Gafford. He takes it in. Up and it goes in for Daniel Gafford. That's his second bucket. 12 seconds remaining. And Anthony Edwards will try to race it out. Just down toward the wire. Here's a chance. And that one misses the bucket. That's the end of the first half. 49-38 to score. We approach halftime as we send you down to Ali LaForce. Hey, Ali.
Well, Carl, they're scoring pretty easily. What has to change in the second half?
Our whole defensive system right now, Chris. It's just not working. It's not the coaches, it's just the players. We're letting them get too much fast break. They're doing a great job, and they hit some shots, and we're going to be able to make a miss.
Best of luck locking it in, guys.
All right, thank you so much, Ali. Please stand by for the halftime show as we are on live. See you later for the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Luka Doncic had a huge first quarter. He had 18 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. Shaq, what's your take on that?
They're running some great offense right now, working the ball in good spots, taking what the defense gives them, not forcing those shots. We'll see if they can maintain that discipline in the second half.
Kenny, let's get your insight on the Timberwolves.
I thought they had a lack of intensity defensively. They gave up way too many threes. I mean, somebody needs to pull out the fire because this fire is out of control, and it certainly wasn't because of their defense.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
You've been watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. And as right now one half is behind us, we welcome you back at Target Center for the Western Conference Finals. Big takeoff here. Luka Doncic on a show for the first quarter. I've been playing it for so long out there, guys. What do you think? I say Luka Doncic, he's really well. I mean, if you're playing it for like him, I mean, that's what anyways is concerned. They really have been doing great. Hey, special wish out there, Luka. Gotta give it all. Second quarter and third quarter starts now. For the Minnesota, we have it across here as Mike Conley's on Anthony Edwards, while Rudy Gobert is on Jaden McDaniels, and Karl Anthony Towns is right toward in the point forward. And for the Mavericks, we have it across this gap for Derrick Jones Jr. right into the point forward. Then across from here, we have a take for P.J. Washington. And the other side of it is Luka and Kyrie Irving. We have a reporter from Valley Forks. What happened to Karl Anthony Towns is of these families, they are really needing to try to make something up here, and they're trying to get right into it. The better of it is, it's not always easy when they're taking in for a lot of time. Because if this happens, they really have shown it up, because one of the members are definitely trying to do this. They wanted to give respect to them, and this is what happened after they died. And for the pandemic in 2020, they need to have another way to get right through it. All happens now because it's just what they really do. Early life range had to be done. And yes, you can't do that on Luka Doncic. That's going to be a bad another call for Mike Conley. Yeah, I just really see that going in. I mean, that's another foul. I mean, you got to get going. Luka Doncic back at the free throw line, shooting 2 as they're adding in our free throws for Dallas Mavericks. First free throw is good for Luka Doncic. He's definitely where he was admired for Greek basketball players like Vasilis Spanoulis for his early teenager year, and he was starting with his Enchanted by kid. Doncic wore the number 7 at the Real Madrid in honor of Spanoulis Doncic, and is also growing up admiring American basketball player as LeBron James. And he was definitely showing it how he could definitely handle. Hey, when you wear that one year to Real Madrid, I know number 7's just the way you have it. Spanoulis, it's just a remembrance that you gotta give that one credit. I don't know what they all say, but as we all have to make an appearance out of them, give what you can. Here's Mike Conley right toward the outside of the wing. The step over, Doncic got a piece of it, and it goes right over to Irving with another turnover. Oh, bad start out there for the Luka Doncic with the steal. I don't know what's going to keep on going now. I mean, that just turned it over on Mike Conley. The pass over to Doncic. Doncic trying to get right in it. Back to Irving. Take the triple. That's a narrow miss by Dallas Mavericks. They're shooting unable to get the completed at that point, and it is not really what they're expecting. That's just not working well. The foul's called on Dallas Mavericks with the reach on Luka Doncic. That's his first personal foul. Conley, right towards the outside. Back to Gobert. And McDaniels right toward in the wing. Toward the center, trying to look for Gobert on the right hand, and he got that in. Another bucket and assist here by McDaniels as Gobert with the first bucket. Well, it takes some time out there. I mean, you got to go. Pass over to Irving. Irving switches again to Doncic. Doncic trying to get back to Irving, and now he gives off to Gapper. Gapper, fake the shot. And Doncic for number 3. That's missed again. Towns having another rebound here, and it goes right back to Edwards, again to McDaniels. Over to Edwards, triple 3, misses. And it rolls it in. That's another bucket for Rudy Gobert. Timeout called by Dallas Mavericks with 5:33 to go. The third quarter, it looks like they're climbing in already. I mean, the Dallas Mavericks still working on it again. I'd like to remind you that the NBA Western Conference Finals on 2K Sports is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Movement that inspires. State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Sour Patch Kids. Sour, sweet, gone. As we have Curtis Status up here for Jason Kidd, he's the American professional basketball coach and a former player who is the head coach for me. Regardless of as one of his greatest point guards of the time, Kidd was a 10-time NBA All-Star and a 5-time All-NBA First Team member and a 9-time NBA All-Defenseman Team member. He won an NBA championship with the Dallas Mavericks and won 2-time gold medal winners in the Olympics for the U.S. national team since 2011. And when the Banner ones in 2000 and 2008, he was indicated as the player of the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. And this man was to honor one of the league's greatest players of all time, being named to the NBA 75th anniversary. When you know for Jason Kidd here, that's when he definitely played here for the Mavericks that time. I mean, I gotta give to that credit here because Jason Kidd, he is really well. Got a great timing for his team. I mean, playing for all of his courtesy after with the New Jersey Nets, I think this one might be a great honor to get that one in. The foul's called on Maxi Kleber, and Carl Anthony Towns will be heading to the free throw line, shooting 2. They're getting another free throws here. A complete trip for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Cat is at a free throw line, shooting 2. The problem now, you don't get enough that well, you don't play well often, you're going to have to step back for it because Carl Anthony Towns, he almost got the same height, just like Rudy Gobert. I wouldn't expect that would be like that in there, gangsta. I mean, whatever this is, I wouldn't count too bad. Hey, not the best idea, but I always got to say Carl Anthony Towns will. Makes the first free throw, and now they will switch up the guards in between of Monte Morris and Anthony Edwards. And he good for the second free throw. Here's Doncic, he will now try to have another answer in. The pass again to Kleber. Kleber gives again to Exum. Exum gives to Doncic for the 3. Nice takeover as Exum with the assist. And it's 3-pointer for Doncic. 25 points. Oh my gosh. How could Doncic get that in there? That is unbelievable. The 2-pointer misses in for the number 1 for the Timberwolves. And now on the other side will be Washington. Back to Kleber. Kleber Doncic. Off to Washington, then Jones Jr. Now he gives it over to Kleber. Off to PJ Washington for the 2. Another miss by Dallas. 56-44 is the score with 4:17 to go. 3 for Edwards. Good! Another 3-pointer puts it in on a row. It's a 56-47 game. Not that time when you know for Anthony Edwards, that's what Anthony has to be like. Because this needs to make the job easier to take over. Doncic with adding a step-in drive. Nice D by Edwards. I could say now Anthony Edwards is like fighting in right now. Don't take a chance here. It's set up for Anthony Edwards. Another 2-pointer scores. He has 10. Doncic trying to get right out of here, but it didn't really help that what they've done. And here's Washington right toward the outside. Gives again a Doncic off to Exum. Exum now gives again to Doncic. Backing over to Washington. Washington with nowhere to go. Over to Doncic for the 3. Triple range is good for Doncic. He has 28 points. Are you serious what Doncic did? He's really like, oh, I have no idea what to do right now. It's just no idea. And Carl Anthony Towns adds a 3-pointer to put it down by 7. You know that's the hard way, that's the payback? That's what Carl Anthony Towns has been saying. Look here, Doncic, I got 3, I'm coming for you. Doncic gives again to Exum. Over down to Jones Jr. Jones Jr. tries to get over to Doncic. Doncic with no choice. Step back for the 3. That misses again. Towns back again to Alexander Walker. Up and away to Conley. Nice drive for Conley. They're back down by 5. Just 2-3 to go. Close game matchup. Gotta go ahead. And there's Doncic. Over down to Jones Jr. Over again to Doncic. Doncic trying to have another solution in the motion attack. For the 3, up and away. And again, he makes it in. Doncic Doncic, 31 points in a row. He's a crazy star. Just got to think about it now. Doncic is nowhere else because if he doesn't have a passover, just take a shot. Gobert for 2. Missed again. That's Kleba with his first rebound. Under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. It's back to Doncic. Over now to Kleba. Outside again to Doncic. Tries to give over to Jones Jr. Here's a cut inbound and a good finishing finger roll for Jones Jr. He has 5 points in this game. Here's another take to Edwards. Passing down a 90-second mark. Open 3 for Alexander Walker. And there is a foul called on Washington. That'll be a loose ball foul. And this will be another new substitution coming up. As Hardaway Jr., Powell, and Lively are checked in for Derek Jones Jr. and PJ Washington. The Wolves are making new changes here. 3 players are checked out. 3 players are checked in. Reed, Anderson, and McLaughlin checked in. And now McLaughlin's back on court with Anderson. Looks for the Cavs. Up and it goes in. Great cut for Carl Anthony Towns. They are rolling down again. 64-56. Just can't wait that long. I mean, just go with the finger roll. Now he passes to Hardaway Jr. Bounce pass again to Powell. Powell sliding it in. The pass back to Doncic. Doncic. The step back on number 3. Lively with a great rebound. And a pass to Doncic. Looking over to Lively for a 2. And he makes the drive. What a layup for Derek Lively. That's what Lively is making. That is. Slot on move, make the drive, and goes with the layup. That's when you show how it's done. I can't believe that the rookie player is doing it. He's doing great. And a 3 for Alexander Walker. It's good. The 2-pointer is putting in 66-58. 30 seconds remaining in the third. Now it's back to Exum. Exum gives again to Hardaway Jr. Lost the ball, and it's turned over. Anderson looks his way down with a shot, and it's good. Nice takeover for Anderson. They're back down by 6. No need to mess that up. If you take the steal, go ahead, take it all with your count. Exum down to 5 seconds. The takeover. Here's Hardaway Jr. And he's got it. Another 2-pointer for the Mavericks. They're up by 8. Don't just tell them how it's done. You always say Hardaway Jr. does it. And we've been playing it for so long. Finished 3 quarters in the game, but we got 1 more quarter left. 68-60. Will the Wolves have an answer back? Let's find out if there is. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right with you shortly after this. You're watching the conference finals of the NBA on 2K Sports. And we have a moment now to reveal State Farm assist of the game. You know, I was always impressed right now for Doncic and the team. They're really picking up this show and this game, and that has to get to Hardy. A great one to take.
You know, better of this one here, I always said that it was a great matchup, but you got to give a credit to it.
Final quarter ready to go. If you're just tuning in for this game, I thank you all for your appreciation, and we're ready to start things off. For the Mavericks in the group, starting up is Kyrie Irving with Tim Hardaway Jr., Capper with Josh Green, and Derek Lively in the center. And for the Wolves, McDaniels with Anderson, and Nas Reed with McLaughlin. And lastly, we have a call, Anthony Edwards. Irving for the 3. Triple knocks it in. They are back up at an extension by 11. And man, Irving with 7 points. He is knocking in there. Reed. Ball's loose. Recovered by McDaniels. Off to Anderson. Lively on it. 7 to shoot. McDaniels for 3. Another miss by Minnesota. There's no other option. How can they just keep on scoring? There's a lot of defensive takeover. They have really been keeping it out. Irving for the outside. Now he gets it over to Gafford for the 2. And a great block by Reed. That's a first projection for the Wolves. McLaughlin on Hardaway Jr. The screen. Here's the 2. McLaughlin misses the shot. Off to Lively, and here's another one to Green. Green with the slam dunk down. And this one, after a pass by Lively, he now's got another 2-pointer to get. Give it going, let's do it. Gotta push that out if you can. Reed on Gaffer. First rejection of the night, and he's on Josh Green. Layup makes it in. Another 2-pointer for the Wolves. They're trying to climb back in. Irving trying to get right into it. On McLaughlin. Gets to Green. Tries to do it again. The pass back to Hardaway Jr. Here's the Gaffer. Take over to Hardaway Jr. for 4. 3-pointer, no good. McLaughlin right towards the corner. And McDaniels for a 3. Misses. Gafford with his 7th rebound. Back to Irving. He now has to begin to Green. Green with a cut on a shot. Oh, nice tape in for Josh Green. That's another bucket for Dallas. They're extending it already. I think they need to have some little backup here for the Minnesota Wolves. We need to start going over it again. That's the next timeout's been called with their 3 timeouts remaining. 5:36 to go in the 4th. And if you're all waiting on the NHL, we're switching you back to the other way. At this point, this will be the end of its first and second game for the Eastern and Western Conference, and one game to another. The other game will be happening with the Carolina Hurricanes and the Leafs. That'll be the first game that's happening at 8 p.m. with the first game on its way. Then, following along with the next day, happening at 9 p.m., that will be the Canucks facing against the other team of the Dallas Stars. That'll be all the first games on its way, the first 2 and the second game too. And then, once we get back into it, Minnesota are heading the road to Texas in Dallas. And that will be our next location to get right into this one for the next game, coming to be up here for 8:30 p.m. And the other side of it, as we got the Heat against the Celtics, that will be 8 also for both teams in the conference finals of the NBA. Don't miss your chance here, as this will be your next game to keep your eyes on, only on Sonic Beast. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and thanks to most of the viewers, we are getting close to 1,000 subscribers. So let's keep pushing and get to it. Yes, you heard it right. Let's keep pushing, and hopefully you'll get more reactions, and also, with the battle release, the animating. Edwards for the triple. That's good. Another 3-pointer for the Wolves, and they only had 2. And here's Irving. He has it again to Green. The Green passing over, dipping again to Gafford. Step back. Ranging in on Gobert. Irving on Mike Conley. With a 2. That's another bucket for Irving. He has got to be joking. 9 points in this game. I hope there isn't a joke. I think it's going to happen just real. Up and away, the foul's called on Gafford. That'll be the first foul for the Mavericks with under 5 minutes to go. Well, they got to start stepping it up now. Daniel Gafford has to be out. I don't know what's going to keep on going, but Gobert, he's got to get right to it. Free throw coming up for Rudy Gobert for the Timberwolves. As right now the Mavericks are on a scoring breakdown. The 3-pointers were only 10, and points off assists was 67. Got to try to figure things out if you can. First free throw came at the mark. Gobert was definitely in Saint-Quentin, Asian, in the north of France. His father, Rudy Bulgari, is from the Guadeloupe and played college basketball in the United States. Married Red Foxes from 1985 to 1988. But Gobert's parents were split as he was around 3 years old. Stayed with his mother and then switched to the trip to Guadeloupe for his father. He stayed here in 2003, playing for the JSC St. Quebec club, before later joining the St. Quentin BB club. It's just what happens now, but the play of this for Rudy Gobert has to be all the livening up his game momentum. It happens down, but I can only say that they really are expecting to get right to it. I don't know if that was a block, but that must have been turning in there as far as he got. Here's Edwards, the step back. Looking for trouble, Conley for three, it's good! Rolling in, backing in again, down by 8. And this is a close one out there. Don't say no, because this is a close one to get, and you gotta go it. And Onway Jr. running outside. Here's another range, over again, Irving. Irving, the pass, Washington for the 2, and it misses. Reed with the rebound, back to Conley. Under 4 minutes to go in the regulation period. And oh! Anthony Edwards, smack him! That's what the best moment is. How does the Ant-Man pound it down? He's attacking the rim. Oh, wow. Anthony Edwards, you got to feel like you're alive out there. And that was a moment of best takeover for Anthony Edwards by AT&T, the 5G Slam Cam. Irving finds again to Green. Looks again to Irving. Irving trying to look for another take. Clock ticking down. Here's the armor for Gaffer. And that goes in. Gaffer with his third bucket after Irving with the assist. Just down to a time left. They are trailing by 9. Luka Doncic trying to get right out there. Conley for 3. And misses. Washington gives it over to Hardaway Jr. again to Gaffer. The pass. Irving for the 3. It's good! Irving with 12 points. Up again, 82-70. That's no joke when it's going to happen. Irving is just a mastery. Why does he do this? Anthony Edwards able to answer 2. They're down by 10. 16 points in the game, just only at 7-11. And a pass over again to Washington. Ball's loose, and it's stolen by Conley. Here he comes. Anthony Edwards to take in, and a slam. Wow, Anthony Edwards. Let the crowd be on fire. They need to know now what Anthony Edwards do. Boom! Let's show how the Rumble is. Second to last timeout call by Dallas Mavericks with 2:36 to go. And as for Luka Doncic, will be replacing him on the court to get ready for nearing down the regulation end. And as I said there before, for Rudy Gobert, he definitely has participated in there after in 2007 he has joined the Charlotte Baskets. It's a categories of the training center, and in 2010 he has finally participated in the FIBA Europe Under-18 Championship with the French Under-18 national team, where he finished as the team's best scorer and a rebounder. But his personal list for his life has happened. He has announced that in an Instagram post that he was expecting a child with Julia Vanilla. They announced the birth of their son, Romeo, on May 7th because the birth caused him to miss the game 2 of the conference semifinals against the defending NBA champion Denver Nuggets. So this is going to be great. Well, I said it. It's going to be a big congratulations to Rudy Gobert. And I always really love to hear that for Julia Vanilla. As for Romeo, he's really going to be stepping in there. Hey, big congrats out there. All your late childhood, every life, it's a personal way to be. And now it's time to meet your New Balance player of the game, Luka Doncic. But Doncic has it all there. That firing has to do what he gets. Nothing happens now because that needs to give some perspective goodness of his game. Oh, now it's for Luka Doncic. I know he's been trying to answer up, but that bucket got it going. He's adding another conference finals, but he will be taking a look to get back into the road and go back home in game 3 and 4 against the Timberwolves at Dallas. That'll be all games here you don't want to miss. And Doncic now fighting again to Irving. Just 2:30 to go. The pass over, stolen by Conley. Conley on his way, McDavis for 3. Misses. Washington with the rebound, back again to Hardaway Jr. Gives again to Doncic. Doncic trying to give over to Washington. Washington finds again to Tim Hardaway Jr. for the step back. And it's missed. Edwards with another rebound with 2 minutes to go. Here's Conley. Nice finishing touch in. Here, it's an 82-76 game. Just Conley performance out there. Gotta keep going in. Doncic trying to look for another way to get through it. Here's Hardaway Jr. Jr. gives to Irving. They kick back to Doncic. Screen by Irving. Doncic in trouble. Over to Irving for the 2. That's another bucket made. That's a 3-pointer for Irving. He has 15. That's no way how that happened. That Uncle Drew 3-pointer, gotta believe it. Here's Anthony Edwards, the 3 for Kylie. And the pointer misses. Gobert, get the team alive, back to Cat. The 3 for Edwards. It misses again. Oh man, they're in trouble right now. They gotta keep going. Oh, no way out there. That's gonna be the mess up problem. They don't have anybody out there. 2-pointer for Hardaway Jr. That's good. Hardaway Jr. with his second bucket, down to a final minute in the 4th. And a pass to Towns for the 2. No good. Gobert! Unbelievable takeout. That is a great stoppage. Doncic. 8 seconds left to Washington. Looks again to Hardaway Jr. Looking over. The pass back to Doncic for the step back 3. Misses again. McDaniels with 30 seconds left. Here's Edwards through 3. Misses again. And it looks like that the Doncic team, and they are definitely going to be stepping in with a 2-0 series. This has been a disappointment in Game 2. No questions would happen, but I was expecting that they can't be playing like this. They need to get somebody else out there to have another take. Hardaway Jr. and Doncic for the 3. Yes, sir, you do. Doncic with 34 points, down to 5 seconds. Oh, wow. All what else happened? That's it. You can't win it all like you did. And that's going to do it, folks, for Game 2. 90-78 is your final score. A disappointment in the effort. They already been upsetting the team in a home game at Minnesota, and now they'll be heading their trip back to Dallas. For the closeoff game, we send you down to Allie LaForce for the player of the game. Allie?
Kyrie, the offense was clicking tonight. Can you talk about the impact of ball movement on your success?
It's very important. We trust each other like that on both ends of the floor, especially offensively. It makes it easier for all of us to be aggressive, and I think that we did a great job of that tonight. We just got to keep it going. Fans deserve us to move up in these standings, man. We got some work to do.
This team is as deep as it gets. They're all willing to put the work in, guys.
All right, thank you so much, Ali. And for this game, we hope that you all enjoyed it, and we'll be seeing you again for the next game of the conference finals of the NBA. Along with me, thanks to Beasted Fan and Ali LaForce, we'll see you all again for the next game. Good night, everybody, and so long in Minnesota. All right, thank you guys so much, and also Fan for closing, and we really appreciate you with that. And this was no ordinary. The Dallas Mavericks have been streaking their scores. This is just a crazy one that you gotta take. Hey, whatever happens now, I mean, I've always been seeing what Dallas Mavericks are doing. They can't believe it when they gotta show them off. Here's how they did with the total statistics for you, dear me phone. Your take. 62% for the field goals for Dallas, with 3-pointers for 52%. They're trying to get as much as they can. Both teams only get 83% of their free throws, just only in between of the zones. Then it was the fast break points, points in paint, and second chance points for Minnesota, with 15, 42, and 6. The other side of the Dallas Mavericks was bench points, and assists has to be happening, 26 and 33. Then it was 12 for offensive rebounds for Minnesota, and 25 defensive rebounds for Dallas. 5 steals for Minnesota. Both teams received 1 block in a game, and it's only 2 turnovers for Minnesota. Both teams have received 14 fouls in between. 4 dunks for Minnesota. And the biggest lead was 13 for Dallas with 18:06 time of possession. And for this point, Paintbrush, over you. All right, thank you so much. And this one can't be the job well done, as we're ready to find out if Game 3 is going to happen. For the start of it, we go over on the other side of it as we're looking into it now. We've got a great ones to take. Kyrie Irving with 15 points, with 2 rebounds, with 6 assists. He only had 6 out of 9 field goal range and only 3 3-pointers. It was definitely what they were expecting right now, but that happens to be with only 27 performances on the effort. They really are expecting Uncle Drew to play better, but not for long. He's been communicating it, done great. Now for the number 2 spot is Anthony Edwards with 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. He only had done 8 out of 14 field goals with 2 3-pointers, but that wasn't really that much well. Now he has got to get through it. And only 29 performance effort and 2 dunks? Well, you got to give all that credit. And for your number 1 star for the New Balance player of the game, this had to be the EuroLeague's best performance effort. And I got to tell you now, who do you get to pick? It's all for everybody. Luka Doncic with 34 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal. He only had done 11 out of 20 field goals, just made 7 3-pointers, but 15 were missed behind. I know he's trying to do it, but the half-court shot, he's not going to do it. He only is going to take only the 3-pointers, that's it. With 48 performances. I will expect now that Luka Doncic will be able to return to get ready for Game 3 and 4. Let's see what they do. And that's going to wrap it up here, folks. Thanks for tuning us in. And for hockey, that will be tomorrow night to start things off for the Maple Leafs and the Hurricanes. First game at 8:30 p.m. Are you ready for the conference finals of NHL? It's that time. And that will be all for tomorrow night, and for the next couple days, we'll be in between. First one, Canes and, of course, Maple Leafs, and the other side, the Stars and the Canucks. I'll be on the other side for our 9:30 game, and this game at 8:30. And we'll be back soon enough for Game 3 and 4 for the NBA in between the Eastern and Western Conference. This is Meat Phone and Paintbrush. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all again next time. Peace out, world, for a while as the NBA Western Conference Finals on 2K Sports. We'll be seeing you all again very soon. So long in Minnesota of the Minneapolis and Dallas too.
If you don't, somebody will.